My name is Obuobia Dakon Opuku. In addition to my daytime job, and I'm sure you all know what I do during the day. Do you know? Okay, so I'm a by-day politician. And by night, working with the youth of this country, as many as possible. I am the founder of the Ignite Youth Empowerment Initiative, a young women mentorship and empowerment program. I came up with Ignite because of my belief that if my generation, and I mean myself, Nanaba, and all of us, if we were privileged enough to benefit from the guidance and mentorship the present generation of young people have, we would have been better off than we are today. I'm sure Nanaba would not have been nurturing that dream for 10 years. She would have just dreamt about it, and then it will come to pass. Because you have the opportunity, I'm very sure that you and your generation are very lucky people. And that's why I celebrate Nanaba this morning. Hello, Gen Z. Are you guys in the house? Yes. This is the hard truth. And I'm going to say it as it is. I don't care when I'm done and I get down and sit on my seat and you don't feel like saying hello to me. It's okay. But I'm just going to say it as it should be said to this generation. And I'm speaking to the 1999-2012 babies. And you know you belong to that bracket that we call the Gen Z people. Is that right? Did I get it right? Are you ready? Get your seatbelts on. All your shock absorbers, get ready because I'm just going to say it as it is. When I talk about Gen Z, I mean a generation that was raised on the internet and social media. I know most, if not all of you, have not experienced the world without the internet. Is it a lie? It should come as no surprise that Gen Z is the most impatient generation. And when I say impatient, I mean that even if they are calling you for something that will save their soul, they are not able to be on that phone for 30 seconds to wait for you to pick up that phone because they do not have patience. Everything should come very fast. And that's why everything in this world is becoming fast. So we are getting the fast foods, we are getting the fast tracks. Everything is fast. Even Indomie is cooked under 1 minute. Not lie. Everything is supposed to come to you. The moment you dream about it, it should come to you. So you don't have the patience to wait. Now, here's the cold truth. We are in the era that the youth have taken over the internet. Social media is shaping their lives into a certain lifestyle that ordinarily it would have taken you a decade to get to that level. What is even shocking is to know that they want a favor from you that will eventually save their lives, but they are impatient to wait for your response. Many of you are driving your helpers away because you do not have patience. Some of these helpers, if you had had a little patience, would have changed your situation from the day you encountered them. But because you do not have patience, these helpers do not stay to help you through that journey. Yes, this is a generation of convenience. Your sense of entitlement is nauseating. And I must say sometimes it stinks. Because at the end of the day, that help that you're walking away from because you do not have patience could have changed your life forever. And I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. Take your mind back to that lady who was offering a little advice for you not to take the left turn, but to take the right turn, but you thought that she was getting into your business. For that lady who told you that if your dress was slightly to your knee, but then you didn't have to expose that much skin, that you got so angry. What's your business? Are you my mother? That could have helped you. So as you sit there, I want you to cast your mind back to that person who found it a point to always be at your back to tell you that this turning will not favor you. But maybe if you are taking the next turning, it would have been better for you. There's this trend that is gaining popularity in recent times. They call it soft life. They call it what? Soft life. And I'm sure you know the soft life I'm talking about. People want to live comfortable lives without any effort. And the social media is helping to shape that perspective. Social media, even though is a useful tool you can use to leverage on, I cannot overemphasize the fact that social media lately has become a land of false extremes. And when I talk about false extremes, you know what I'm talking about. Not all you see or hear on social media is the reality. Social media today is pushing a lot of you out of your comfort into someone's version of a perfect life. And when I talk about someone's version of a perfect life, you understand me? Just because I'm standing here and I look like this doesn't mean that I just started looking like this and being like that and being Obuobia, Daku, Opoku. I'm coming from far away, but one step at a time. Some of you simply think that the moment you sit in the car should move straight to its destination. No, there are speed bumps on the way. The traffic lights are on the way, and you might get even a flat tire on the way. So it doesn't mean that the moment you sit in that car, you will get to your destination. The internet has completely rewritten your ways of life. Amma drives a good car, appears to travel around the world, has meals in the best restaurants, and is constantly posting her adventures on social media. And this is causing Equia depression. Do you know how Amma got there? Do you know what Amma goes through in the night to do what she does? Do you know where Amma's parents are coming from? Do you know what they own? Do you know what she has inherited or she's about inheriting? You can simply not run your lives because you see that the next person is doing well, so automatically you have to do well. Amma is sitting in first class. Do you know how she got the ticket? No. Why do you want to sit in first class? And even if you get to sit there, are you happy about the things that you did to go and sit there? Even if you simply want to sit in first class, does it mean it should come now? At the right time. In God's own time. He makes all things what? Beautiful. And when the Lord blesses you, He simply adds no sorrow. The moment you step out of your room, you don't struggle to get things. Things come to you easily. And that's how come you have a friend who decides, plans everything, and the moment they say, I will do this, they get it done, and it's so perfect. It doesn't mean anything. We are not grace mates. The grace upon my head is different from the grace upon Sandra's head. Auntie Charlotte's grace is separate. She's different. It doesn't mean that because Auntie Charlotte is former electoral commission boss, so when I grow up, I will also be an electoral commissioner. And that's the way of thinking. That's the way Gen Z is thinking. And if we don't begin to tell you guys the truth, I'm sure that one day we will all sit here, look up here, throw our hands in despair, and say that we could have helped you. So what we are going to do from all of us here, and I'm sure that you're seeing it already, is to always remember to tell you guys the hard truth, and for you to know that one step at a time. Slow down. And I think that all of you here should listen to me clearly. I'm saying that Gen Z, slow down. Seems everyone on social media presently is infected with the same problem. Go to IG, TikTok, Snap, even Facebook. The value is the same. People are driving borrowed cars and acting as owners of those cars. And you want one of those cars? It's not for her. She has a deal with the car dealers and some the rental cars. Once a while, she will go and take it, drive it, take all the snap pictures and everything. And you think that, okay, I finished school with Amma. Amma is driving a Range now. Excuse me? It is not for Amma. It's a borrowed car. So just in case you don't know, let's tell you that it is not everything you see on social media that is real. Some, and I mean most of them, are fake. And fake, I want to say it in capital letters. F-A-K-E. Fake. So don't ever envy the next person and think that somebody is doing well more than you are doing. I'm telling you, you are sleeping well. That person is not sleeping well. And the earlier you realize that, the better. Wake up to reality. Life, it is not about what you do today. It is about where you are headed. And that should always be what you should be working on. It's a process. These days, all of you, and please forgive me, there are all these adverts talking about Keyamata, pussy tightening. Everything for men, for boys. Black pencils under your eyes, and they say that wherever you get to, all the men will be following you. They will be signing checks for you without thinking. They will be giving you what ordinarily they wouldn't have wanted to give you because of whatever it is that you have washed your face with, whatever it is that you used to wash your before you stepped out. You are joking. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, those who do not use the tightening business, those who do not do anything special, they are the ones who have the men who pay. Did you hear me? I said those who do not do anything special. And I'm sure sometimes you see those people and you're wondering, say, now where I don't know way. Forgive me, how did that person find that man? Or I don't know, and sometimes you even see wedding photos and wedding videos and stuff like that, and you're like, they don't do anything special, my dear. Hello? They don't do anything special. Stop killing yourselves. Stop doing things that one day, when you grow up, you will regret that you have gone through that process. And I'm telling you, the day you don't try, that's the day you find that special man. That's the day you find that boyfriend. That's the day that you find your helper. So begin to go according to your pace. We are not in a race. I'm not going to be first. Sewa is not going to be second. Nanaba is not going to be third. At the end of the day, we shall all be judged by what we do on this earth. How would you want to be remembered? How will you want to be remembered? I repeat, this generation lacks patience. You want everything, yet you do not want to work for it. People have worked. People have gone to school. Let me ask you, what is your business buying a 20,000 Ghana cedis high heels? Yes. What do you need it for? Because someone is wearing it. You know perfectly well that you cannot even afford to walk in those heels. That Sewa is walking in 120 heels. So me, Obuobia, I'm going to invest in that heels. I simply cannot walk in them. What is your business? Dreaming about it and thinking that the next morning, some guy somewhere, wherever you get that money from, you want to go and buy those heels. How would you walk? How are you even going to look like when you step out there in those heels? I'm not going to go and put myself in that trouble. If Sewa wears 120 and I can afford those shoes, I will go and buy a 75 because I will be comfortable in those heels. And that's how you should begin to think. That's how your mind should begin to deal with things that you cannot afford. If somebody is wearing a Louboutins and you get your Zara, yet you can wear the 120 are you in competition with anybody? Are we getting to functions and removing our shoes for people to see the logos and what do they call them? Whoever made your shoes? No. Just make sure that when you get there, everybody knows that you have arrived. And many of you, even if you wear Zara dresses, Primark, whatever, you stand out when you get there. It's just the personality. It's how you present yourself. It is not about wearing designer shoes, designer bags, and all that makes you who you are. It's how you present yourself, and I'm sure that my sister Shika will come and talk about that. But I'm telling you, take your time. Stop rushing. We can all not be the same. Instead of the person wearing those shoes to be an inspiration to you, to work harder, to get where she has gotten to afford those shoes, you rather are being pressurized to match up with her lifestyle. Learn to compliment people, and that's one point that Na made that I was so happy about. You don't want to compliment anybody. What's wrong with saying, oh, Joyce, I like your braids, and I love the fact that you're always in braids. That's your signature. What's the point in saying that today you are looking beautiful? I love those slippers. Where did you get them? If you can't afford, you can afford something similar that is your pocket size. Learn to compliment each other. The thing is beautiful, yet because of who is wearing it, you can't compliment it. When they get home, they start calling people, do you have some of this dress? They take the photos and then go and show it to, do you have some? I want some. Meanwhile, when you saw the person wearing it, you didn't say a word. What is so difficult about letting people know that we enjoy their looks, we enjoy how they present themselves and everything? We cannot do that. And at the end of the day, what do we lose? You will be amazed if I tell you the men that will help you, move you up there, are not the ones who will warm your bed. Yes, you heard me right. Did you hear me? Yes. I say that the men who will be of help to you in this world are not the ones who will sleep with you. And everything that I have owned all my life, that is like something that I really needed, didn't come from a man who slept with me or got any sexual favors from me. So I'm telling you, don't jump into people's bed and simply think that because you are sleeping with them, they will do everything for you. You will be mistaken. Sometimes it's about doing that little gesture for that person. It's about running an errand. It's about saying, excuse me, please, can I help you? And that person is easily touched by what you say to that person. It doesn't have to be about love. It doesn't have to be about all the things that we think that it will bring us all the good men. You are not in any competition with anybody. The person that you are in competition with is yourself. If there's anybody on earth you're in competition with, it's yourself. You are 30 years old. You simply think that you are done with your degree. You want to do masters by all means. Are you serious? If you are not ready to make payments to go back to school for your masters, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just simply means that maybe you should work a bit, get what you want, and pay for what you want to achieve later on in life. So please, stop let us worrying ourselves about what somebody has and I don't have, and what somebody doesn't have, and I want to get it by all means, and tell people that she didn't get it, but I got it. As rightly put by Ali Audrey, life is not a race. You will get to your beautiful destination in your own time. And I said, in your own what? Time. 2 minutes more. Nana, but you told her to come and sack me.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I really want to say this. It's okay to have your degree at 30. Just like me, it is okay to pursue your postgraduate after age 40. There's nothing wrong if you marry at the age of 40 or 50. Thank you very much. You will not commit any crime if you buy your first car at age 50. You know what is not okay? Hear me out. What is not okay is when you refuse to work hard to materialize your dreams and full potential. I'm 45, heading to 46 in August. I'm sitting in the classroom pursuing my master's degree. So I'm telling you that if you finished your degree at 22 and you think that you haven't had money, your parents haven't had money for you to continue to where you want to go to, there's nothing wrong with it. I sit in that class, and the young people in that class, they cherish me. I'm buying data, they are doing all the work. And they are submitting in my name. So I'm just saying that sometimes it's even good to go at this time. So if you haven't had the opportunity to continue your education, it's not the end of the world. Always remember that Obuobia is heading to 46 and she's back in the classroom. It doesn't change anything. Wrapping up, I will say, never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Be like water, not luxurious, but valuable for life. Hello, Gen Z. I hope you enjoyed me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.